Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Nonsense from me. Thanks for taking the time, of course. This time we're going to be having a quick look at Eduard's 148 Bristol F.2B. I've said it at last. Fighter from the Great War. Nice little kit. Let's have a look. Alright guys, Eduard boxing, as you can see, it's a Profi pack. This is quite an old boxing, 2005 I believe, well according to Scale Mates that is. It's the right piece of art, isn't it? There's not a lot else on the box. As you can see inside we're all wrapped up. What we'll do, we'll go away, unwrap the kit, and we'll have a good look inside. Okay guys, so I will see you very shortly indeed. We'll have a look at the instructions first. Now, I've got this kit second hand, excuse me, a little while ago, which would really explain the rather rudimentary printing that we have on the instructions. I can't imagine these are original. They look like they've obviously been printed by one of the previous owners. But you know, regardless, they're Eduard instructions, slightly laid out in a different manner. What we're accustomed to, we've got obviously the map here. We've obviously got some photo etch and some masking. We've got the colour schemes here. The lad's written, scribbled out white for some reason, don't know. So usual Eduard instructions, pretty easy to follow, I'd have imagined. Cockpit stuff, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Well, that looks quite busy. Nothing unusual here I'm looking at. Obviously we get some seat belts with the photo etch, which is they looked I thought they would be different seat belts than that one. You might be aware I've just completed a DH2 Eduard one, and that has completely different seat belts, big wide ones. They probably aren't right, but who am I to argue? All pretty straightforward stuff here. The construction of these kits is normally quite straightforward. I see different exhausts. It's normally quite straightforward. It's not about the. I'll have a look at that in a minute. It's not about the construction. Well, we know what it's about, don't we? So get your struts on and hope for the best. By the look of it, at least it gives you an angle on just slightly tilted forward. As you can see, look, we've all looked at instructions before. They are pretty straightforward. My last kit, the DH2, this wasn't a particularly good way of installing that little butt joint thing there. Got some bombs to go on, should I require. Interesting. Obviously this was a fighter bomber, so you would have bombs. Nice little gunner's compartment there. And we're starting on the rigging here, look. Here we go, it's a little bit of rigging diagrams. And there's the main one. That's obviously what the kit is all about. It's quite complicated around the rear end, look. Oof. Yeah, not too bad. Instructions are pretty straightforward as you are. As I say, they're not the best, these particular ones, because they look like they're been reprinted at some point, but you know, tis what it is, it'll be fine. Oh. What we'll have a look at though is these look like they could be the original ones, because they're on a glossy, whereas obviously these aren't glossy and these are glossy. But anyway, colour schemes, I've had a look at, I think this one, let's have a look. So we've got 139 Squadron RAF, 1918, 35 Squadron RFC, earlier on in that year. 48 Squadron, 1919. And look at that, look, that's a nice Dutch one, look. 1924. That is rather nice. That is rather nice, but I think it could be the boring number A. Is that the same as a box art? It is. I like the red. That's quite nice. So yeah, so I mean that looks like it's original. Do you like that then? That looks like that's quite original, that one. But obviously my instructions aren't. But like I say, it is what it is. So like I say, I've debagged the plastic so we can get straight on in, and we'll start with the fuselage sprue. So it's very nice. So we've got some stitching moulding here. It's in that nice buff plastic. There's no flash anywhere, obviously. You can imagine that. Not a lot of, not saying not a lot of burring. There's hardly any burring at all. Standard Eduard sort of kind of fare, really. What should we look at? We've got some nice detail on the. Where's my pointer? Let's get a pointer. I haven't got a pointer. Some nice detail on like the seat buttons here, there as well. Instrument panel, for want of a better word. Looks okay. The fuselage we looked at, nice stitching, raised. We have got some tail plane. I believe these is the tail plane. We've got rib structure there. There's no well, I don't suppose there would be really. So it's quite an older kit, I'd imagine you'd call this nowadays. There's no detail for like where the lining would be, but you know, that's okay. A bit of a radiator there. That's okay. Look inside the fuselage. Then we have got some nice ribbon there. Look, nice ribbon detail and bracing wires. So yeah, so that'll be have some good fun painting them up, unless we actually rig that up. That might be easier than actually painting them. Would you see it though? Probably not. Same on the other side as well. It's quite nice actually. That's really alright. That's quite a nice little size of it. I mean, it's not tiny, but obviously it's not massive. Quite nice that. There you go, Bristol fighter. Very nice. So obviously the next sprue that was in the same bag as the fuselage would be the upper and lower wings, engine, and a bit more tailplane. Oh, and the wheels as well. So, I mean, that's quite a nice size. That is. That's a lot bigger than my DH2 wing. So let's get his teeth into that one. There's certainly, again, there's no flash or anything on these at all. Coming away a little bit here and there, but as I say, it is quite an older boxing. And this is, if we can see that there, I don't know whether you can. If you can see that there, is that any better? There's obviously, we've got a shape to the wing, which is quite nice. Which obviously I wouldn't know about, you know, being a complete amateur. I would have thought that would be flat wing, but obviously not, because there it's got a lovely detail to it. That's really nice. So again, rib detail is all there. Got funny little ghost mark. Yeah, I don't quite know what that is. I think I've painted. You ain't going to see that once it's painted. The engine's quite rudimentary. There's not a lot to say about that, but I don't believe you're going to see it anyway. Some struts look okay. This strut here, which says is putting the PE one on, hopefully, has got like the little pitip tube here built in. So obviously that'll be been knocked off. Wheels pretty basic, but at least they're one piece. Got a seam, that one's taken down, but you know, that looks alright. That looks okay. Yeah, and that's pleasing. That's pleased me no end. That little sprue. Moving on to Sprue C. Actually, Sprue C and D were still joined by at the hip by these little joining points here. So bless it, it hadn't been taken apart since it was put in the bag. So how nice. So struts here for the undercart, quite nicely moulded. Bit of burring on there. I suppose this wants a bit of a knife on that one. Vickers and a what the Vickers gun would be. That's okay, I guess. A bit of exhaust. I don't think we'll be using that one. We'll be on the smaller one. Probably could do with boring out at the end there. Yep, okay, that's not bad. Let's have a look at the props. Props look very nice. Might want a bit of a wipe of some sort of sanding stick just on the end there. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be using the 4-blade on this one, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, that looks okay. That's quite a nice one. Nice prop, lovely. Pretty basic sprue, this one. Hope that undercart goes onto the fuselage okay. The last one on my DH2 didn't at all. But there you go. Not bad at all. Sprue C would obviously lead you on to Sprue D, and yes, here's the small parts. My good grief. So we have got some bombs on this side here. We've got some the Cooper bombs are they on this side here that will need obviously putting together. We've got lots of small parts here which obviously are all going to get lost. We've got some ammo drums. We've got all sorts here. We've got obviously the joystick that's just here, if you can see that, and like a hand pump here, and all sorts of funny, you know, that they're going to break, aren't they? But you know, it's again a little bit of stuff hanging off them. There's a bit there hanging off, and but you know, look, you know, it's pretty old. I mean, I've seen some 2005 Airfix boxings. This would absolutely knock into a cocked hat. No offence to Airfix, of course. I mean, they're never going to see the light of day, are they? But there you go. It looks alright. We can play with that one, make something out of that. Being a Profi pack, we've obviously got some PE and a little masking set. And there's like this is a film underneath there. I'm not going to get this PE out because I think we can all see it. We've obviously got the basket seat. We've got the seat belts, which they don't look right. I'm gonna have to go with them. I've got nothing to replace them with. That's not a seat belt, is it? No, nothing to replace them with. So we're gonna have to go with it. Go with the flow on that one. You got some various bits and pieces. Looks like we've got some throwing stars here. They're obviously the spinners for the bombs, aren't they? And what else we got on here that looks familiar? Gun sight and some other bits for bomb racks here. Probably, I don't know what bombs I'll be using yet, so I'll see how we get on. The masking set, obviously there's wheels, and mainly there's masking for the where's the book? Where's the book? Lost the book. There's mainly masking for, just bear with me gentlemen and ladies, it's going to be for that here. So inside that masking set there's masking to mask off this red, which I thought looks quite colourful with these as well. That'll be painted. That'll be painted. The T might even be painted as well. And obviously the red with the masking set will be painted. I might even have a go at doing the roundels as well, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. So that one there is going to be very useful, which masking sets normally are. There's obviously not a lot for the canopy because there isn't one. I actually haven't seen any glass on this at all, so not even a windscreen I don't think for the poor buggers. So yeah, so there you go, there's your PE and masking set. And very finally we come to the Deckle Sheet, which is going to be, they're going to go down really well. That orange, that Dutch one, you know what, it looks so lovely. Maybe we could do it on something else. I mean, you know, it looks absolutely fine, all in register. I might not be using these. I might well do. I'm not sure. I might not do that. I might paint my own T. I'll paint my own stripe there. But that how Dutchy looks lovely. This actually, I could possibly. I've got the Revell boxing of this. I can't get to it. I have the Revell boxing over there in the stash. Exactly the same kit with no mask or photos, obviously, but I could possibly use these decals for that one. But that's by the by. That's by the by. I don't think there's anything else to see. That is it. That concludes our little look at this the Bristol F.2B fighter bomber. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. There you go, quick inbox review of the F.2B Brisfit, sometimes called, which I'll be calling it from now on because I keep saying FB2 not F.2B, but I can say Brisfit. A bit more detailed than I did an Eduard DH2 recently. It's a bit more, a little bit more detailed than that. You know, that was a bit of a looks like a bag of tubes and string. Well, this has got a bit more of a airplane look to it, shall we say? Unusual construction. We'll talk about later on, I suppose. Updates. This will be on British Aviation in Scale. Excuse me, over on Facebook. So keep a look out for that. There is a group build running as we very speak, and this could well be, well, no, could well be, it is my entry into it. Brit 48. If you're a member of British Aviation in Scale, you'll know all about it. If you're not, why not? Come on in. It's a group build, obviously anything British related, 48 scale. You might remember we did Brit 72 last year. Well, yeah, guess what? I'm doing this. So I've got nothing on. I've got nothing on now, so we will attempt to do this. I can focus all my energies on Brisfit. Okay chaps, I will see you around. Come over and say hello to British Aviation in scale, if I can say it properly without stumbling. It's been a long week. Okay guys, happy modelling and we'll see you soon. Take care now.